I wanted to pursue studies, but I ended up being a businessman, a young businessman. So once you think about something, go ahead and do that, and then you'll see.
People start businesses, but they don't know how to get a fund, the capital to sustain their businesses. Don't think of the capital, or when you think of capital, don't think of money. People together, so it's our aim to bring everyone on board. Please don't miss it. We're there for you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our very first episode of the Knysna POD podcast. I want to give everybody a warm welcome here today. We are at the Knysna Log-Inn Hotel, very well-established hotel in Knysna, and I've got two lovely guests here with me. On my one side is Mr. T, and on the other side I have Mr. Joe. Mr. T is our co-founder of the Knysna POD podcast. The podcast is a community-based podcast that we want to involve and to share information amongst residents, business owners, entrepreneurs on the positive elements of Knysna. We want to share ideas and we want everybody to participate in a positive outlook and also how we can grow together as residents, community members, and business members. Mr. T, as he is fondly known, he is the founder and he came up with the concept, got together a team of very, 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 very skilled young people or young men together with him. And he's today going to be telling us today exactly what the Knysna POD is about and what we wish to achieve with this very own local Knysna-born podcast. Mr. T, over to you.
Let me take this opportunity and say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the time. Let me just first say also a shout out to the Black and White Media for hosting us, and then Knysna Log-Inn. As Chantel says, I'm affectionately known as Mr. T, but my full name is Tembelan Venono Femele. I was born and bred in Cape Town, and I relocated to Knysna 18 years ago. It happened in May that I was looking around in Knysna, which are business opportunities that we can flourish in them. And I decided when I met Joe, who was a photographer, and I said, let's have a sit down on the 25th of May, which was Africa Day, and brainstorm and check which are business ideas that we can fulfill in Knysna, or what businesses are not there in Knysna. And I realized one of the things that are not happening in Knysna, there are not platforms. When I say platforms, I mean social platforms where people can engage. And then it came to my mind that it would be a good idea to create a platform such as a podcast, because I saw them flourishing in other provinces such as Western Cape or in Joburg. You see lots of young people engaging in their community functions. But for me, the focus was more on the business side, startups, entrepreneurs, to check who's needing what, so that we can assist where the need is with the businesses, especially other people start businesses, but they don't know how to get the fund, the capital to sustain their businesses. So my role or my idea was to get people start talking, building or putting their tools together, and then they can see what can we do for the Knysna community, something that is different, something that is unique, that has not been there. So the main aim of the podcast is to engage everyone. The podcast is not for us as entrepreneurs, but it's for everyone out there who wants to participate and wants to start their own businesses or wants to sustain their businesses. For the podcast is for everyone in Knysna.
Thank you very much, Mr. T, and thank you very much for that initiative you took. I think it's a very, very important issue that you raise. I think a lot of people and a lot of locals, people have ideas and concepts, but they are not always as confident and have enough knowledge and how to put those into action. I think a lot of ideas maybe even fall off the wayside because people don't have that necessary mentorship and structure. So I'm very happy that you've come up with the concept, and that's great. I did think for a minute that this was going to be a very formal interview, but I've just realized that I would like to have us to have a conversation, and just to to share our experiences, like you've mentioned. I'm going to go to this young man on my right hand here. And like Mr. T mentioned, we are focusing on small businesses, young entrepreneurs, people with dreams, people that have a vision. However, maybe have had some challenges, but we are here to share information and to speak to people from their own experiences so that we can also build on what the needs are out there. So, Mr. Joe, please tell us about yourself. Tell us how, what business you are doing, and tell us maybe just a little bit challenges and also the successes that you've gained so far.
Okay, thank you, Miss Chantel. Thank you, everyone. I would love also to thank Knysna Log-Inn for hosting us, and Black and White Media also for being part of this wonderful day. Okay, so my name is Joe. I'm a young entrepreneur, and I'm also a media personnel, videographer, photographer, and I'm glad to be here because it's like I'm fulfilling my passion. I can see everyone is around here dressed in black, and it's like the day was just for us, divine favor. Everything was just about, about this day being part of, what was supposed to happen. So I was born in Zim and raised in Zim, and I came here in South Africa 3 years back. And when I came in South Africa, I wanted to pursue studies, but I ended up being a businessman, a young businessman. And when I was doing my business, I started selling perfumes, and then I get to meet Mr. Tembilani. Mr. Tembilani told me, I think you and me, we have to sit down and talk business. Then that's when we met and we came up with the podcast idea. But I was having other ideas, not that I was hiding them, but I wanted us to think towards along those lines. Yeah, if we're gonna do a podcast, it's something that is unique, something that a lot of people, I thought a lot of people were hesitating to start a podcast because we saw around, we're looking and we're like, what is not here? Because not like we were running away from competition, no, but we wanted to do something that is going to be on demand, not just in terms of a business perspective, but in terms of engaging with the society. People that they will look at it and say, this is something that we're looking for, something that we're looking forward to listen to. Yeah, so we brainstormed and we thought of it in lines that it was supposed to be more maybe educational rather than being maybe funny or entertaining or all sorts of things. So that's how we came up with the idea. And I, being an entrepreneur, there are a lot of ideas that I've tried to, because I only had a problem, I think some years back, I had a problem of talking the talk, not walking the talk. So I had a problem of just thinking and thinking and thinking. So it was all at the back of my mind. I was like, okay, this year I'm walking the talk. Now I'm putting things in practice. I'm executing. So I can say I'm still executing as a young man. I'm a social media marketer, been doing digital marketing online. We have, let me say we have, what do you call this? A 360 photo booth.
I
It's
love
something
those.
so me, I always run for those things that I see. When I look at my community, I see, okay, we don't have this. Let me find this. Let me put this here. So I'm all of a visionary in other ways, because I always think of things that are not in the place that I am, so that we can succeed like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. Mr. T, I want to slot back to you. So you come from a financial background. And as you and Mr. Joe and the rest of the team were sitting down and you're brainstorming this thing and you're thinking, okay, this is what we want to do. Just in simple terms, to start a business, just maybe first 1, 2, 3 things. What is it that, the very first thing that once you've conceptualized, you're ready, you're like, yes, guys, this is it. What would you say are the first 3 things one should embark on to even start that business?
I would love to say to anyone who would like to start a business, don't think of the capital, or when you think of capital, don't think of money.
Sure.
And your idea is already capital. You can always sell your idea to anyone.
Sure.
If there's a buy-in from anyone, other people are willing to finance that idea, but they would love to see if this idea of yours will monetize at later stage. It's not about the money. So I'm saying be passionate about what your idea you have. When you are ready about your idea, please knock at the right doors. Go and get a guidance, get an advice. There are institutions like CEDA.
Sure.
Go and find out, how do I draft a business plan if you don't know how to do one. So I'm saying engage with people. Find out, how do I start? Don't say I have this idea, but now I don't have a capital or I don't know how. Please knock at the right doors and find out, how do I start a business? Business is not about money. Business is where you solve. Is a driven solution. That's what a business do. You
Sure.
look around and see there's opportunities or there's problems. When you see problems,
You find
must
a solution.
think, there's a solution
Yeah.
for this thing. As I said, in people talk about high rate of unemployment. I would say there is high rate of unemployment, but is there anyone doing anything about that? Find out, how do you capture or how do you reduce that high rate of unemployment? Make means. Don't just fold your arms and say there's a high rate of unemployment. You can become self-employed. You can be a marketer online. There's lots of opportunities in these days that we're living in the digital space.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. T. I want to go back to Mr. Joe. So, just in simple terms, you as a young person, you guys have got access to a lot of information, and obviously you're you're big dreamers. But in terms of administrative and structural things like registering a business, where do I go? How did you find that? Was the information easily accessible? Were you able to knock on a door and find everything that you need? Did you have to go to multiple places? How did you find the process of putting together that administrative part of a business? Was it easy for you?
Yeah, the world, in this world, I believe you cannot succeed alone. There is this interdependence that is needed. So I've learned to network with a lot of people. As a young person, I have learned to put people who are productive in my circle. So I can say it was not easy, but it wasn't difficult. It was optimum. It was like I looked for information. So it was actually fair because I looked for the information that I needed.
Sure.
Yeah, so there are a lot of administrators, and with also help of CEDA, because we attended some of the CEDA events. I can call them factions, or yeah. So with the help of CEDA, with the help of my circle, who are my friends, and the people that are around me, there is another friend of mine who is called Audrey. She also taught me about that part of structuring a business, doing proposals, and a lot of things, especially registering of companies, where to go, how to find information, and what do I need to have, things like that. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. What the Knysna POD podcast, as we've said, we want to create a platform that is sharing information. And by having the conversations around the table as we are now, that is where we will find out what the gaps are, what the needs are, what the kind of struggles and challenges are, what resources Knysna has to offer, and how do we promote those resources to the rest of to the whole of Knysna, so that people feel that they have access to it. So definitely, our viewers and listeners, we are going to be bringing a lot more guests onto our show. We want to speak to people that are having real life experiences. We want to speak to young people that want to start out her business. We want to speak to people that have started and failed. We want to speak to people that have got esteemed establishments like Black and White Media. We want to people like the Knysna Log-Inn. We are definitely bringing people from all walks of life, because the aim of the game here is, let's have a platform that shares information, especially to those people or to the community members who feel that they don't know where to access certain information. Mr. T, we've also spoken and we've sat at length talking about the concept of Knysna POD. podcast. You spoke very fondly about training and mentorship as part of the ongoing program of the Knysna podcast. Just lightly, what do you have in mind, or how do you foresee that becoming part of the Knysna podcast?
As I think Joe already alerted, we would love to partner with different institutions. You see there, any institution that is willing to train up young people, why not just partner with those institutions? I know there's certain institutions that we might not know, but also in an industrial area here in Knysna, I know there are companies there that will introduce certain skills or to train you if you're not, because a certain, and what I realize with, especially with young people, sometimes they end up not completing their studies.
Sure.
You find out that they are not in academic, that they're really there. But if you put them in a class where you say, guys, let's work with our own hands, let's do have these technical skills, they do advance in those institutions like that. So our aim is to partner with everyone who's willing to provide any training for our young people in Knysna.
Thank you very much, Mr. T. As we said, we want to also shed a bit of positive light on some of the not so nice stories we've been hearing about our town. And the idea is for us to see what Knysna has to offer for its residents and for the surrounding areas. We want to speak to what resources are available, how people can access training, how you can access sponsorship and funds, how the local economy supports local and small businesses, and what opportunities even long established institutions have for people that are looking into entrepreneurship. And by saying that, we will look at different facets of Knysna. I mean, Knysna is very well known for its tourism industry. Therefore, we thought, let's start off our first episode which we will focus on in our next episode, tourism and business development. We want to see what the local tapestry has in store for the residents, promoting positive input or positive aspects of our very lovely town, keeping a good rapport for the town, also building the community spirit, because I think because we are in a smaller town, people often tend to think that there are not opportunities available. But that is the narrative, that's the exact narrative that we are looking to change. I'm not saying that we're going to change the world overnight. No. I wish we could have a magic wand. Maybe we could use that. But I feel like it is our responsibility, especially if we've made the choice as a group. It's our responsibility to tap into where you can to create that positive change. And I'm happy that we have come together, and I'm happy to be part of even of this team where this baby has been born. So Mr. T, I think I'm going to wrap it up for us. I would like for you to just maybe give us, your last insights, and then I'll tell the audience all about what we have planned for the next episode.
I want to just say this is the start of the bigger things. Watch the space. As our motto says, bring people together. So this is our aim, to bring everyone on board. Please don't miss it. We're there for you.
Mr. Joe, I want to go back to you. I love the young bloods, eh? They always inspire us.
Oh, yeah.
So we also don't want to be sitting here like we are talking in one of the ad hoc committees in Parliament. We want to also bring in some little bit of entertainment into the podcast.
All right.
So as a young person, or as a person already having its foot in the media and entertainment industry, we would like for you to, bring that element and that vibe into our podcast as well.
Interesting, yeah.
So, we'll talk about that off air, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we'll definitely do that.
So, any closing remarks from you, Mr. Joe?
Yes, my closing remarks, when you think of doing something, just go ahead and do it. Don't look at the challenges, because the challenges are there to frustrate you, to intimidate you, to let you think of yourself like you are less of a person. You are not capable of doing it. So once you think about something, go ahead and do that, and then you'll see. Like there is a saying which says, I'll cross the bridge when I reach there. Yeah, but I think that saying is actually good. Don't think of any challenges inside your head.
Just go for gold.
Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And then God will help you. Perhaps if you pray, God will guide you. So why would you fear? There are a lot of scriptures in the Bible which talks about God's guidance. So why are we afraid as human beings? So those are my closing remarks. We don't have to be in fear, but we have to be somehow superior and go ahead with our decisions. God will help us. Thank you.
As I mentioned, we will be having some upcoming exciting episodes. As we are reaching December and all the festivities are around us, we'll be focusing a lot more on tourism, the local tourism industry, and how that and tourism and business development. We want to have a little bit of entertainment that we'll speak about, so we'll definitely be bringing some local artists into the studio. And then just generally from my side as the host or the interim host, I'm still applying for the job. From my side, as Mr. George mentioned, go for gold. Mr. T has said, if you've got a dream, do it. I think that is important, that part. But also to know that there is a space where you can put that dream together as like a puzzle piece, knowing very well that this thing that I have in my mind, there is a platform, there is information, there are people, there are stakeholders and role players that can help me package this thing together. I mean, for me, that gives a person a confidence and also the willpower to continue. So definitely, this is what the Knysna POD podcast wants to create. A safe space, a platform for information sharing, a platform for conversations, platform for talking about things that work, even things that don't work, and to see how we can meet we can meet some people's needs and where we can close the gaps. For me, if you guys don't stop me, I'll talk forever. So for me, that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.